Hello, everybody.
Welcome to Tasty Tuesday with
Claire and Dave. I took the words right out of your mouth, didn't I? So tonight we are going to help you as you prepare for the fall and have some really yummy fall dinners. And they come together really, really fast. And so we're going to make a pasta with vegetables. And those of you who had ordered last month, some of you had gotten this as a gift from the company with some seasoning and recipes. So I thought we'd go ahead and make this using our seasoning salt. And this is really an introduction to our Tastebuds.
Oh, okay.
So every month you can subscribe and get 3 different seasonings and recipes. They'll come straight to your door. And you can try those out and then have access to extra recipes. So check it out.
Yeah, so you're making dinner.
Dinner.
And I am going to make dessert.
Ooh.
Yes, I'm going to be making a toasted almond cocktail.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, it will be.
All right.
Okay.
So we're going to get started and we're going to bring ourselves over to here and use the mandolin. We're going to take some carrots and toss them in, and I have this set on the setting for Julian. This is what we had in the fridge, so we're just using some baby carrots. It calls for about 2 carrots. So I want to show you something. Some of you have been wondering, how do I put this in the right way? Some of you have been putting it in this way and it kind of turns into a catastrophe. So just hold this next to this when you're ready to use it and you'll know that it should go right in like this. So I have this set on 3 and Julian, and then we are just going to unlock it. I always like to show you what this looks like. And you can slice these, but I really like this size and they cook up super fast. And it speeds the supper along right away. Here we go. So we're going to put some oil into our pan. And I'm just using the stainless steel non-stick wok. And we're going to just get that heat going. And about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And then we're going to put our carrots right in here. Very, very easy to do. All right. We're going to let those saute for about 3 minutes, but they might actually, this is kind of ugly one, be done in a faster time. So then we're going to have a couple other veggies ready to go. So a lot of people ask about the measuring colander. Why would you want a measurement for that? And it is so nice when you're doing a recipe that has peas in it. We bought a big bag of, I think, 2 pounds of peas, so I could just put the 1 cup that it called for, put some water over it and thawed them and put it over the middle of my sink. I just have it in a bowl right now. So right now we have 1 cup of peas here. Then we're going to take some green onions and I am just going to slice these up with my shears. And it calls for 2. I'm just taking some odds and ends that we had left in our refrigerator from our weekend with family here. So easy to do. And you, of course, can use a knife too if you want. So we've got those things ready to go. And I'm also going to take a lemon. Doing.
Getting there.
And I'm going to introduce you to a new family. And our new family is all of our new graters. They have a different look to them, mostly because our manufacturer just could not keep up through COVID with all of our sales with our graters. They're known to be so amazing. So just a little different. You pull down the blue and you can stretch it and then you can bring it down so it's flat again. So I'm just going to take some lemon and I'm going to zest this right in with our veggies here to add a flavor. And pasta with a little bit of lemon just adds so much flavor. I am just making a mess tonight, Dave.
That's all right.
So we have a new catalog. We're learning new names of different things, so bear with us. So this is actually called the adjustable zester, and we'll be using its cousin in just a little bit. Okay, so our carrots, they are looking good. So they just want to be a little bit tender, and we're going to add our onions, our peas, and we're also going to add some tomatoes. Now, we want to do about a cup, but not all of us are big tomato lovers, so I'm just going to add a few in here. So they'll be cooking just a little bit. All right. So we'll add that and add these. I love doing those in the closing cut. So easy. So easy. Here's a little bit extra zest.
There you go.
I love that smell. I love that flavor. Okay, so that is going to cook for about 2 minutes. So while that's happening, Dave is going to help me here. But I wanted you to see the multi-pot with the collapsible steamer. And some of you have this, some of you have seen it before, but this is so easy. So you can put this in, put your pasta and water in here, and just boil it up. And then you just go and you lift it up and you're straining. And I'm going to have you take that pot away for a second. And then we put some cold water in here and we immersed it to stop the cooking. And I am going to add just a little bit of oil to this, just so none of the noodles stick. And you know it's the starch that is always having that stick. So I'm just going to use our pasta tongs. Kind of love these things. And so we'll just let this be. But you can see what a great job this does. The other thing this does is the collapsible steamer is you can collapse it to store it, but you can also use it as a trivet or a steamer and just do a part way and put your veggies on the top. So I love the multi-purpose parts about that. All right, so we have these veggies in here. And how are we doing?
Good.
Okay, and then we are going to add some other ingredients. So we have some cream, and we have 2/3 cup. You can hear it sizzling a little bit. And then we have 1/2 cup of some vegetable broth, and then 2 teaspoons that I did measure of our seasoning salt. So we're going to put that right in. And this is going to cook for about 3 minutes. So Dave, about...
Is that my clue?
That's your clue. About how many minutes do you need?
Maybe 3 or so.
Okay, perfect. So we'll let this cook, and I'll just keep watching it because I don't want the cream to curdle or set too much in here. So we'll let this cook for about 3 minutes.
All right, so I'm going to be putting together a nice after dinner drink. It's called a toasted almond cocktail. And it uses amaretto. It uses a coffee liqueur and a cream or a milk or whatever. This calls for, and I'm going to use a shaker again tonight, as I most often do. It calls for 1.5 ounces of amaretto per drink. It also calls for 1.5 ounces of coffee liqueur per drink. Now, you can turn this actually into a roasted toasted almond cocktail if you'd like by using adding vodka to the mix. To do that, you would put in 1 ounce each of the coffee liqueur, of the amaretto, and of vodka. It gives it a little extra kick to it. but I'm just going to make these two tonight. The other thing you add is cream. Now there's a number of different things you can do to that. With that, you can use. They suggest that if you use a milk, that you don't use anything less than 2% because it tends to water the cocktail down. So use 2% milk or whole milk. The other thing you could use, which is probably the better thing to do, would be to use half and half. But I'm going to use actually a non-dairy thing. I'm going to use some almond silk milk, which will bring out the taste of the amaretto. So to that we add another ounce or two of almond milk per drink. Claire, can you do me a favor?
I can.
Can you? Awesome. Can you ice these glasses for me, please? Thank you. And they say you should shake this. They say don't stir it because stirring doesn't mix the things together as well as they could be. So you want to shake it up. About 15 seconds. How's the pasta coming, Sarah? How's the pasta mix coming? Good? All right, so we have got this wonderful creamy after dinner cocktail. Could be used as a dessert if you so desired to. It's a little frothy because of the milk in there. You want to pour that over some ice. And you've got this wonderful, creamy, almondy after dinner drink. The toasted almond cocktail. Are you going to come sip this with me?
I am.
You ready? What do you think of that, huh?
I even think my friend Karen would like this.
I think she would too.
I really like this. Is a good one, guys. This is a really, really good one.
And you could, maybe top this with a little dabble of whipped cream or something, or throw some nuts in there if if nuts are not a bad thing for you.
Yum. We need to keep this recipe. This is really good.
We keep all the recipes, Claire. We'll drink
Yum.
it all before dinner. All right, so there you go.
Alrighty. Here we are. Whoop. See, I start drinking and then my sauce starts boiling. So I thought I would introduce you guys to our new sauce whisk, which I love. So I got a little smarty and was whisking this up. Don't use a recipe with peas because they all get stuck inside the twines. There's my little tip for you. Okay, so we have all our veggies and our sauce in here. We're gonna go ahead and take our pasta and just add that in here. And because you stopped that process of it cooking, you're gonna want to make sure that you get this heated up within the sauce. All right, do you mind watching this?
Why? What's it gonna do? Yeah, I can do that.
So sassy. Okay, this is really good for you. All right, we're gonna do just a couple things, really simple. I'm gonna take a bowl and we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of panko and throw that in here. And we just need a teaspoon of seasoning salt. I'm actually gonna put a little less in, just because we're not like big salty eaters. And we're gonna use, this is called the adjustable double grater. So if you look, you have our farmer size. We've never had that before. The farmer size grate, and then we have the fine. And so we're just gonna grate, and really simple. And it's about a 1/4 cup of the Parmesan cheese that we're gonna need. So it's just those ingredients. First time I used it. There you go. And we're gonna put these together. This does have the measurements on the side, starting with a 1/2 cup. So, hey, I'm getting to know the new products right along with all of you. And we're just gonna mix this up with our hand, and we're gonna start getting this ready to put together. I think the pasta's nice and hot.
Let me taste it.
Yeah. So, too bad they couldn't watch that. All right, so I took a jar and I took our fresh basil, put this in, shook it up, got any of the dirt off. And so I do have some basil. You can put this on if you want. And this is part of one of our sets that has the herb, like an herb grater and then also an herb keeper. So we're gonna take our pasta, we're gonna put it in the bottom of our enameled cast iron, or you can put it in a bowl. I think it would be fun to go ahead and put this all together and then put it under the broiler would be another great thing, just to brown this topping, but you don't have to. And you want this hot enough that it is going to melt your topping. So you can see it all coming together. Like so. And we're just going to sprinkle this over the top. And like I said, I would put this under the broiler in the oven just for a little bit so it thoroughly melts. And then over the top, you're going to go ahead and take your fresh basil. And this will just cut it all up. There we go. Just like so. And you have supper in just a couple minutes. I didn't even time that. But super fast, super easy, super delicious. If you want to add proteins like chicken in here, that would be another great ingredient. And it probably would the next time we make that.
Yep.
But so good, so easy. Plus dessert
Plus
in a
dessert.
cup. All right. Thank you so much.
Yep,
Thanks for
thanks for
joining
watching.
us tonight. We'll see you next week.
Next week, Tasty Tuesday.